Hey everybody, welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. It is Tuesday, January the 18th, I believe, and I'm real excited. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how we attract clients and how we acquire clients. And we have a great people that have been doing this a long time, and so we'll try and get a couple of different views on what it takes to make connections with people and how do you find out what it is they need and match them up with our offering. But first, I want to introduce a new health coach. Wendy Fisher happens to be my cousin. And so it's really very cool to have her. She is a new health coach. She actually was a health coach previously, about a year ago, and but never did anything with it, and then just wanted to get back on program to go to her next level of health and jump into coaching. She's a psychologist. She lives in Florida. And she's joined the challenge for the first time. So you're going to see a lot of people here and get to meet a lot of people that you'll get to see over the next 6 weeks. So Wendy, would you tell us a little bit about, and undo your, mute you, I can unmute you, a little bit about what you're excited about.
Can you hear me?
Can.
Okay. I'm very excited because I think I finally just get it all. I think it's all starting to make sense to me, and I've been doing this. This is my third week now, and I just feel like I've been doing great on the Take Shape for Life program. As far as my cravings have decreased, and I just feel like I'm just getting it this time. So with my past failure to launch, I'm trying to launch it this time and get going on it. And you've been such an inspiration for this. And I think the health challenge is a great way to get really into it. And just all the readings have been really helpful. And I'm excited to move forward. Thank you, Susan.
I love you. So, all right. Well, so I'll go ahead and open it up. Dee, you always have a consistent, steady business. You built up clients over time. Can you share with us a little bit about, where you get your clients from? I know now your clients come a lot from referrals, but you also do some things to, add to that as well. So, Dee, would you share with us?
Sure. Yeah, I think that it's something that we talked about it earlier, Susan, I've kind of grown into and kind of have a rhythm going with my business. And the one thing that I have recognized from several years of coaching is that there are always ebbs and flows in new clients and people that fall off the program and that sort of thing. So it requires intention and a goal every single month for how many new clients that I want to acquire. And what that means is that it makes me very intentional that through the month that I'm going to be talking about my business to people. When I work with my clients, I talk to them about referrals. I have a referral letter that I send to them. I'm in a networking group, and so I'm constantly talking to people on a regular basis. Interestingly, my month of December, volume-wise, I think I did okay. Most of my clients stayed on program, etc. But every month I set a goal for 5 new clients, and in the entire year that I only had 1 new client the entire month, and that was a little unusual for me. But it didn't upset me in terms of the ways that it probably would have in years past, because I know that it's always about seeds that I'm planting and follow up and consistency. So I was thinking about some of the things that I did in December, and I remain focused. It's not like I spend hours and hours and hours on my business, but I spend time thinking about and in action on my business on a regular basis. And even in the month of December, we're all busy and shopping and Christmas, I still stay focused. So I thought about some of the things that I did in December, and I did, I do send the weekly newsletter. I pay for that service. I have the weekly newsletter go out, the new health games that we had coming up. I did send to some former clients. Nicole had spoke about the new 4 and 2 program with the Optimal Health products. So I did reach out to several people I knew that had been on and off the program over the years that had struggled going back on. And 2 of those people have come forward this month in January back on plan, but like in a revised plan. So it was from action that I was doing last month that generated things this month. And so this month, I actually, setting my goal for 5 new clients, I'm actually at 8 so far for this month. And I know it's because of what I was doing last month. So, so I think that would be my message to everyone is that, and follow up. So I think when I talked last week and did training about having an organized system, everybody that I ever speak to about the program, I have them in my file. They're considered a pre-client. And in December, the last week of December, I followed up with everybody, every single person to see if they were ready yet. And 1 or 2 of those people who signed up this month are were those individuals that they were ready. And helpful and offer things and inspirational, motivational, and not look desperate like I need clients, and that can be hard, especially if you feel it. What else I did? I mean, this month I did host kind of an information meeting at Jazzercise, and I had not done one since last August at Jazzercise, and a lot of people think I get a lot of my clients from there, but I don't. So there's a lot of reasons behind that, but it's not one of my hugest sources of clients. And but what was interesting, we had it on 2 different events, and I think we had 7 people attend the meetings. None of those people have signed up yet. They're just not ready yet. They were there to get information, learn a little bit more. I think 1 or 2 are going to probably come forward, if not this month, probably next. But what was interesting was I had 2 people become clients as a result of that. People that couldn't make the meetings said, hey, can I have coffee with you? I would like to learn about it. So I had one of those meetings yesterday, and I had one today, and they both signed up. So I think it was just because I was in action and people heard me talking about it, saw me post about it, that it led to people coming about it. And then the other thing is that the area that I am looking to grow my business in the area of health coaches. And so I speak a lot about the health coach business opportunity to a lot of people. And that can be even in terms of if I see a friend and she's asked how I'm doing, I'll share that, my business is growing. I've got a great client base, but in order to expand, I'm really looking for like-minded people like myself who might want to do what I do. So that has led to more conversations with people. And like last night, I had somebody sign up. She's seriously considering the health coach opportunity, but she really felt like she wanted to do the program. She needs to lose about 50 pounds herself and wanted to be a little more integrity and really understand it before she made that leap forward. So that also led to an additional new client.
That's awesome. You said so many great things. One is just keeping consistent, because that was one of the biggest things I learned growing my business, because many of us, I have another, business that I run too, and I have a family, and everybody does this part. Most people do this part-time, and being very, setting your time of office hours. Like I used to, stop on the way home and run some errands. And that takes a lot of time. And so if you can set some, and now I don't do that anymore, and I go out when I, schedule time. It's not that you want to, don't want to do, you don't have to work all the time, but you do have to work kind of every day. And Dee, you're real good about taking time off. When you go out of town or when you take off, you shut down, you don't answer phone, you turn your emails off. You're really good about that. I'm not so good about it yet, but it's real important. That was a big thing that I learned, not to be haphazard with my time. If I don't feel like doing something, like that just doesn't enter my mind anymore. It's like when our clients, well, I just don't feel like eating a meal replacement. Right? How much success are they going to have? Of course you don't feel like eating a meal replacement. Who does all the time? But you do it to get results. So when I stopped thinking like that and then scheduling time off on, that frees up so much time and mental energy. So I really love that. And then just do.
Susan, you're muted right now. We can't hear you.
Okay, I'm back. And so sorry about that. It turned off. Julie, you've been doing this a little over a year, right? Year and a half, 2 years? I'll unmute you.
Almost.
Julie, are you still there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can share. If you guys can hear me, I can share.
You're back. You're there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're there. We see you.
All right. So okay, cool. Do you want me to share a little bit?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
please.
Okay, so it's been actually it was about a year ago that I reached out to Dee after 4 years of staying in touch. So I think the best thing I can suggest for everybody, what's worked well for me so far over the past year, is thinking through it, is starting people off on the right foot. And if you start from the beginning and build that relationship with clients, it starts from day one. And then as you keep helping them get to fat burn, as you continue to call them every single week, you're that constant accountability for people. And most people don't have that constant in their life. And I've learned and done that as a trainer. And so that kind of carries forward as a health coach, just making sure that you're taking care of clients and following up and doing what you say you're going to do, and help encouraging them and be a cheerleader, but also be that tough love that they need. And as a health coach, I think we kind of have that personality. We know when people need the cheering, and we know when they need a little push. And then the continued sending emails. At the 5 to 10 pound mark, Dee was great about helping me learn that. Go ahead and send them a referral email. And I have put it in the email format, and I just send it to them, and I tell them on our weekly call, I'm like, we talk about who's all noticing, and I say, I'm going to send you an email. It's all about if you have friends or family, I'd love to help them, and I'll send you the email with the details. And so then as soon as I hang up that afternoon, I send the email of the evening. Whenever I can get to it, I send them that email. So they're expecting it, and they're not like, oh, what's that? What's she trying to do? They know it's coming. And then from there, usually I have clients, and talking, kind of piggybacking off what Dee said, in December, it was so interesting because I had 4 new clients, and they were all referrals. And I think if I look back over the past few months, everything that I was doing in October and in November, it was gearing up for all these family and friends that had people they knew. I did a news segment in October, and there were 2 people that came from that said, I want to start in December or January. So I followed up with them, and they got ordered and ready to go in December. So everything that I had been doing in October, November led to my new clients in December. As a result, I was so busy in December, I didn't do as much planting, and January's been quiet for me. So it's funny how what you do a couple months before ends up paying off currently. So it's all about the consistency and continuing to plant seeds all the time.
That's exactly right. Well, Julie and I were talking today, going over this call, and we talked a lot. She says about, the coach call and that relationship, and she's a trainer, and Nicole, is going to share in a few minutes, is a trainer as well. So there's a little bit different, maybe, way that they feel comfortable talking with people, coaching people, than maybe someone who's not a trainer. So our call next week is going to be all about, like, what do you say to people in your weekly calls? And if I don't know that we'll have time today, but I just had something really great. I had a client kind of whine that she wasn't losing enough, and the questions I asked her and how I got her to saying, oh my gosh, I love this program. But there's a series of questions that you want to ask and hear them. And so there is a little bit of a process in terms of we can't get hooked by a client's frustration. We've got to really learn how to ask questions and really find out what's going on with them. So we'll do that next week. But thank you, Julie. That's really great. And then you're doing an event this month, this weekend, actually, in Charlotte. You're frozen. In Charlotte. All right. Well, thanks, Julie. I think we got you frozen, and we'll circle back around next week around that. So I miss. People can hear you though. Whatever you just said, people could hear you. Thank you.
I was just gonna say that I think the biggest thing.
Susan, you're freezing, but Julie is fine.
So while I'm unmuted, I'll share it again. And so I actually had like 2 people, or at least one, I remember off the top of my head, that signed up that night right after the event because she was just so ready to go, heard everybody sharing and was just like, I got to do this. And now this event, she's actually bringing 2 or 3 more people. So it just keeps paying it. They're paying it forward.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you, Julie. That's perfect. Nicole, are you around? Nicole, did we lose you? Let's see. Nicole, you're, hold on, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, Nicole, you're unmuted.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
We can see you.
Hello, everybody.
Nicole, you had a month. You've had a great month, and so what happened? You've been doing this a long time, but it never gets to be not fun to bring on new clients. So what is going on with you, and what shifted for you?
Well, I have to say, I love change. And the other day I had a bunch of new clients coming in. One of my friends is a triathlon coach, and I was finishing up some other clients, and in walks 6 new people that I've never met. And one of my older clients goes, "You're like giddy with all these new people." And I was like, yeah, it's like fresh blood. I get so excited. And so that, I think, is what's going on. I've been trying to think, what secret sauce can I tell you all? And really what it is I am so freaking excited that people are getting healthy, and that I have a way that I am bulletproof about, that I let them know this is what I do. And you know what? It may or may not be for you, but this is what's happening in my life. And so I think when we can come from that place of not like, well, I think that I have this program and it has 3 components, and it has a health, like that's just so not real. And on some level, not saying a program presentation isn't beneficial, but man, the momentum that is created from being relational with people, and you can get down in it with them and say, I get it. I get that you're frustrated. I get that you're sick and tired, and you're ready to move forward and have this great approach. And I'm going to link arms with you, and we're going to go do it. And frankly, they just do. They're ready, and they want to come do it. And so, I think that my momentum started when I was very sure that I have never won a trip, and I was going to win that incentive trip, I have to say. And so I did. And so I thank my senior coaches who got their cab that helped me be able to earn the trip. And there's momentum that's created when you have new coaches that are so consistent, follow the system, just like when we do 5 and 1, and we know that when we follow the 5 and 1, it works. It's the same thing with our system with coaching. When you start to share it with people, they they are excited. They're excited. They're willing to help you and share. Now, does it translate into 5 clients in your first 5 phone calls? No. But what it does is it helps you build confidence. It helps you build awareness about this tool that you have to offer. And the more you share it and the more excited you are, the magic just happens. One of my favorite quotes is, set yourself on fire and people will come to watch you burn. And I love that. I am on fire, people, and people are coming to watch me burn. And I am happy to let them come be a part of it. So that is what's exciting and super fun. I've got several new coaches starting and new clients. And I actually hired an assistant to help me keep organized because I have too much going on. So good problems to have. But Shine is growing, Take Shape for Life is growing, and I just couldn't be more excited. And January, of course, is the time that most people are looking for that. And so I was, wanting to leave you with some sort of like, deep quote or something that I could give to you. I think the best advice I can give is to be passionate about what you do. And if what you're doing feels like a job, then maybe it's time to refocus. Because yes, we have to treat it like a job in the sense of being, goal oriented and setting up our calls and doing, like Susan said, doing things when it's hard. But if we're sharing with people because it's our job, then they feel like they're on our to-do list and not because our heart is for them and we want to see them move forward in their life. Like, that's why people will come. That's why people will reach out to you 5 years later. I've had clients who I talked to years ago who were never quite ready, who were very adamant they were going to do it the whole food way and such, have been reaching out and just having extraordinary results. Extraordinary. And, Sonia Cousineau is on the line. Sonia has a great story that she was eating organic as a health coach. I even posted her little story on Facebook because here is someone who knows exactly what to do, who is doing it and still had 10 to 15 pounds she wanted to lose. And so it's so fun to talk to someone like that every day that's like, oh my gosh, like, I feel awesome. This is working. And like, there is nothing like that. And when you lose that, your business goes away because you forget how awesome and how incredible this is and why it's important to consistently work on healthy habits. Sonia's working on her balancing blood sugar habit at the moment. And when she's moved on from weight loss and moving on to other healthy habits, it's got to be just as exciting. Like, oh my gosh, I slept 8 hours and like my Fitbit only told me I was restless twice, or something. It's exciting that you can continue to have these goals around your health and not have it be about eating a bar. It's got to be about the whole package. And so I think that's what people are attracted to. They see that we have the whole ingenuity.
Oh, Nicole, I missed that last part that you said, but it was, are you frozen? Is anyone else frozen? Can y'all hear me? Y'all are frozen. Hello? Oh my gosh.